I'm Daniel Whittington, Chancellor of Wizard Academy Whiskey Marketing School and a Level 4 Whiskey Sommelier. Welcome to a different kind of tasting video. This is the foundation. This is the whiskey that started it all. If you are watching this and you are lucky enough to have one of these bottles, good on ya. There are not many left in the world. And it also means someone really thought well of you. Because if they gave it to you, there are not many left in the world. I'm going to explain to you what it is, and then we're going to do some tasting notes. So the ShareHolders Society and the Difference Bourbon came about because Chris Voss and Nick Nanton got together and wanted to create a whiskey to help create community and connection with business people hoping to grow their influence, their community, their businesses and their incomes, but through a way of organic connection instead of posturing. And what do you give to somebody in big business who can probably buy anything they want? And the answer is not another Pappy's. The answer is a whiskey money can't buy. That's what they came up with. A whiskey money can't buy. And so they decided to create a whiskey that money can't buy. And they went to Bardstown, because Bardstown is great and makes great whiskey, but also is kind of known right now for being one of the primary sourcing locations for finding bourbon for your own custom brand. And through meeting at Bardstown, they were introduced to Roy Milner, who is a whiskey badass of his own in the industry, among many other things, also wine, also just beer, also a good human being. And Roy was made aware of what they were looking for, and immediately they saw, we need Roy on our team, and Roy said, have I got the whiskey for you? You remember Four Roses? Anyone? Anyone? Four Roses? You should. Because Jim Rutledge was the master distiller of Four Roses, a massively award-winning, actually just sold recently for $750 million, roughly speaking. Jim Rutledge retired from Four Roses, and then he wanted to create a whiskey side project that was like the one whiskey he had always wanted to make, but that he couldn't make at Four Roses because they have a specific brand profile and production schedule. So he went to Bardstown and said, I want you to make this whiskey according to all of my specifications. And it created a few hundred barrels. And then he sat on it, not knowing what to do with it, just like, I did it, now what? Well, Jim is friends with Roy Milner, and Roy said, hey, I got a plan. I've got these guys, and they're looking to find a really special whiskey, something money can't buy, something no one else can get your hands on, something you can't go to a liquor store and just get. And I think we've got it. And so, in comes the Difference Bourbon, using the Jim Rutledge custom barrels of whiskey that he created according to his own specifications. You won't encounter anything like it. And I'm going to explain why in a second, why I love it so much. On the nose, oh man, roasted cherry. There's just like this deep, viscous, like chocolate cherry, but there's a slight tannic barrel note that gives you this feeling of outdoorsy and earth and oak and but it's dense brown sugars, almost an orange zest spritz. It's beautiful. Cheers. Ah, rolls down buttercream, honey, slight molasses, dark cherry, forest. What is that, black forest cake? It's just, I mean, I'm going to go on the record. It's a flawless bourbon. It's the most bourbony bourbon you've ever had. And what I mean by that is there are whiskeys that people make in the whiskey industry that are carving new territory and breaking down barriers and introducing you to things you never thought possible. This is not that. This is simply executing bourbon at such a high level that it becomes the most bourbon you've ever had. It's, what is it, when I was growing up, my dad said, Guinness is what all other beers want to be when they grow up. This foundation bourbon is what all the other bourbons want to be when they grow up. If Plato's Cave has a chair that represents all the chairs, Plato's Cave has a bottle of foundation bourbon. That is really the marker for all bourbons. It's so good. And you're getting to experience a once-in-a-lifetime moment if you are watching this video and getting to sip on the Foundation Bourbon. So cheers to you. And as we say, glad to be in a community that is this strong. Here's to us and them that's like us, damn few, and mare's the pity. And as we say in the difference in the Shareholders Society, never split, always share. Cheers to you.